Oh my god, I have so much going through my head right now, just... Oh man, that was an awesome episode. That's 3 in a row. Even though I actually think the pre-merge part of this season was pretty interesting. But anyways, let's get into it. So first, the Dawn and the Retainer story. Well, personally, I think that was kind of weak to have in next time on Survivor and all that. But, it does help us, get some more feeling for Dawn, and it actually gave Brenda something to do, thank God. But even when she was doing stuff in this episode, Brenda, I mean, she didn't do that much. And Dawn just, come on, Dawn. What's to do with you falling apart and all this? This should not be happening because I predicted and was proven correct at the beginning of the season that you were the female on the favorites tribe that had the most level head, the best chance to get as far as you did last time, which you did, and then provided you're in the majority, you have the potential to keep on going. So, you've got everything working for you. Barely anyone is going to think about voting you out, and you keep cracking down, making everyone annoyed at you. You're even getting me annoyed. Somebody who has you as one of my top picks to win the season. Just pull it together. Come on. Just come on. You have an amazing amount of potential. Don't waste it, Dawn. It's driving me nuts. But thankfully she managed to calm down, and everyone else appears to be glad. Sorry about the tripod. Anyway, the only other thing that goes on around the camp that is, before the immunity challenge, even though I'll mention the reward challenge in a second, is just the fact that Starfall Russ keeps mentioning repeatedly, we split the votes, we've got nothing to worry about. Well, the third era survivor has continually proved to us that whenever that happens, something else will happen, but from my perspective, nothing can happen. One idol has been wasted, there's only one left, there's 3 people. All that can happen is one person wins immunity, which is kind of a given, honestly, and 2, the other idol gets played, so 1 is still vulnerable and that one goes. But more on that later. So the reward challenge, I just wanted the purple team to win purely because I didn't want Malcolm to win, and honestly, I don't mind Reynolds getting a couple of victories because, as I mentioned in my last Survivor video, Reynolds' fight to stay alive has really been appealing to me. Out of the 3 amigos, yeah, I'll go along with that name, he's the one that I honestly would like to see win out of the 3 if it was my choice. I don't really want him to win, but I do like what's happening with him because, like Eddie, as I said, he's doing everything that Reynolds is doing, less airtime, less social interaction. Also, I feel like while Reynolds is doing less strategic moves than Malcolm, I feel like Malcolm has, while it seems like he's making good moves, at the same time they don't work the way he wants to, or flat out don't work at all, and it just doesn't feel right. It feels like a blumbering mess, somewhat, from when I look at his gameplay. Reynolds, turns out, giving the idol to Malcolm actually worked to his advantage, so, yeah, and he would have gone anyway had he not aligned with Malcolm, so the only 2 problems I had with Reynolds' gameplay actually are no longer an issue as of right now when I'm recording this, so yeah, good job to you, man. When you go, I'm gonna be sorry to see you go. That immunity challenge, I was hoping he'd get it, so Malcolm was forced to play his idol. So he did get it, and I was happy at the time. Then, when they get back to camp, people keep bringing up another hidden immunity idol. At first, I'm like, you know what, there's nothing to worry about, okay? Since Fiji, whenever there has been 2 idols during the merge, only 1 is re-hidden once both are played. If 1 is played, that idol is not re-hidden, only 1 remains in the game. So, I'm like, Malcolm's just trying to blow off the fact that he doesn't have it. Even when he pulled out the idol, I forgot that he had his wrapped around his wrist, and I thought, oh, so you just pulled all the papers out and hid it there, so people are now even more shocked at you. when all I had to do was remember that it was around his wrist, like I already said, and then I would think, wait a sec, he has two. But it wasn't until it was tribal council that I realized he had two. And I'm like, what? This is breaking the tradition of Survivor ever since Fiji. Well, even though there were technically two times that were different, one in China and one in Gabon, but that was before they had the immunity idols completely ironed out and all of that, and it was just different in my opinion. So, just what's the deal with suddenly putting two in? You better come up with a good explanation for this, Jeff. You actually need to spell out what you're doing with the hidden immunity idols, because if this is a one-time thing, then I'm going to be pissed. And if this isn't just, a one-time thing, you're going to have to explain your strategy. Big time, okay? Now, if you can do it in a good way, I won't complain. But until I have a good explanation, I'm complaining. Even though this little twist did make a big impact in the episode. So anyways, they all go to tribal council, and then Malcolm reveals both idols, and then the amigos openly declare that they're voting for Philip. Well, on the one hand, this is a good strategy because, you take out the head of Stealth or Us, or at least the one that the people in the game say it is, where most of us fans appear to think is either Dawn, Andrea, or Cochrane leading it. But at the same time, you're making your strategy open. Not really that much of a strategy. It's just more like, oh yeah, you know what? We're in power for one moment, so let's just say, F you, Philip, we're gonna get rid of you. It doesn't feel like you really accomplished that much, even though it's perfectly possible to argue you did. So, there's no clear winner here. Stealth or Us didn't win because they didn't get rid of the Amigos, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel like the Amigos won purely because, well, as of right now, it doesn't look like they were able to destabilize anything. They just took out one of the two people that probably were going to be targeted anyway. The other one being Sherry. Yeah. I just don't know. Right. But then something happened that surprised me. Philip just said, everyone calm down, look at me. Not exactly, but you get what I mean. They're gonna vote for me. Let's stick to the plan. We knock out these idols. I get voted out. You guys will still be up 6-3. Then you can knock them off one by one. I'll volunteer to be the guinea pig here. I'll take the boot gladly. So all of you have a better chance. And then even in his last words, Ponderosa video and day after video, he kept that up. And as I stated, I was liking what Philip was doing this season because him being more involved with the tribal dynamics, even though he was annoying at first, it was just more interesting to watch him. And what he did at the end, voluntarily agreeing to be voted out and not complaining, man, that's something I never expected of Philip. And I'm happy for him. Yeah, me, the guy who hated Philip his first season, is now planning on adding him to the list of Jerry, Penner, and Coach as another player who I didn't really like at first, but then grew to really like. Even though Philip definitely has more problems than they do, I don't hate him anymore. It's crazy. And Philip was the last person that I said, what? What are you doing bringing these people back? Because you notice how every single one of them, Brandon, Philip, Corinne, and Francesca, they're all gone. Every single one of the favorites I outed like that is gone. And Philip, he's second jury member. I was right, but had that second idol not been there, he wouldn't have gone. Oh man. Awesomeness. Yeah. So, even though technically the three amigos are still in the game, honestly, for some strange reason, I'm not that bothered. At least not right now. Awesome. Okay, so, What happens next? Well, I'm hoping, but I don't think that this is going to be that smooth. Stealth Aura stays together and knocks out those three. They're going to try and sway over Eric, Sherry, and I think Brenda because technically there's three groups going on right now. Amigos, Heads of Stealth Auras, and the Floaters. You should be able to figure it out for yourself. But so what do I think those three are going to do? Sherry, honestly, I think she'll flip because she doesn't really have a shot of winning either way, but I think she'll get a little more say with the Amigos. Eric, he's going to have to play both sides. My recommendation to him is stay with Stealth or Us, but see if you can get one member of Stealth or Us to go before all the Amigos are gone. Because if you do that, that decreases the number of contestants from 9 to 5, and then after that you just have to win 1 or 2 immunities and you're there. So that's my strategy to him. Brenda, who knows what she'll do, but if she goes with the Amigos, she really doesn't have that much of a chance of staying in, because if she goes with the Amigos, once Stealth are also gone, she'll be 4th or 5th, depending on how many they sway over, so going with the Amigos really is not a good strategy. Especially since they are more likely to win every immunity if one of them stays in the game. So, I would hope that this brings Stealth or Us closer together, or at least the favorites, and then they were able to wipe out the competition. But the question is, are they hiding 1 or 2 idols? Because they're hiding 1, without a doubt, because it's a Survivor auction. Come on! Well, actually, wait. They only sometimes provide a clue to the hidden immunity idol. So the big question is, who gets the advantage? That's what I want to know, just... Oh man, so many things can happen, and I'm eagerly looking forward to next week. Just, this is awesome. I'm really impressed. I thought there was one other thing I wanted to say. Nah, I said it all, just... I love this.